And so now I would like to introduce you to Jamie Thomas, who will introduce our next speaker. Jamie Thomas is the Director of Investor Services and Programs and has been with Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. since its inception. Jamie is a former small business owner and business development instructor, and she coordinates and plans activities such as CEO roundtables and leads groups. Jamie also heads up the Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. Women's Network, whose goal is to connect, inspire, and empower women. She does a great job. Jamie earned a bachelor's degree in business management and marketing from Western Governors University. She is a 2018 graduate of Leadership Fort Wayne, and in the same year received the prestigious 40 Under 40 recognition from Greater Fort Wayne Business Weekly. Ladies, keep your eyes on Jamie Thomas. She is passionate and she is a world changer. I believe that we're going to hear even greater things about this young lady. Let's give her a hand. Thank you so much, Jamie. Come on up.
Thank you, Jan, and what a great morning so far hearing from our two phenomenal speakers, and I'm excited for the third one. I've had such an amazing experience in my 8.5 years with the Chamber of Commerce and now Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. Greater Fort Wayne, Inc.'s main goal is to grow jobs, grow wages, and grow the economy. We have more than 1,300 investors with our organization and over 40 members of our newly created Women's Network. And many of you are in the room today, so I just want to pause and say thank you, because without your support, Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. could not do what we do every day. So we get up working for you, our investors. We have many programs, like Jan said, the newly formed Women's Network, and the goal is to connect, inspire, and empower women. And that is why Greater Fort Wayne Women's Network was excited to collaborate with First Friday's Women's Conference, because in the spirit of collaboration, we're going to strengthen all of our organizations. I've really enjoyed planning this First Friday's event and being on the committee with Jan Diaz and Jamie Holt and Kelly Gray. It's been a wonderful experience. Last year when I attended the event, I really wasn't happy to be there. Let me tell you why, don't get. Number one, it was vacation day for me. Number two, it was early in the morning, and it goes back to number one, it was a vacation day. And number three, it was a milestone birthday for me, and I wanted to be anywhere but at an event. But then we heard from the fabulous Brenda Gerber-Vincent, and the first thing she said, and it has stuck with me this whole entire year, was good leaders just show up. And at that point, my attitude did a complete 360, because she's right. Good leaders do just show up, like we have today. And who knew that less than a year from now, Brenda would be on our team, which we are very thankful for. So that was my takeaway from last year. And I challenge and I hope that each of you take away something impactful from this morning and continue to do so every time you join us. When I hear our next speaker present, I feed off of her positive messages. Leslie Hill is the director of the Women's, wait for this one, Entrepreneurial Opportunity Center, or the WEOC is what I like to call it for short. She joined the WEOC in 2018. She's a graduate of Ball State University with a Bachelor of Science degree in fashion merchandising and apparel design and a minor in marketing. In 2014, she received a certification in image consulting and color analysis. Her work at the WEOC provides one-on-one coaching for women business owners, helping and coaching them to be successful at any stage of their business. So from the very start of their business, they just formed yesterday, to the women in business that have been running it for 12 or plus years. Helping them, coaching them, guiding them along the way to be successful. That's what we women want to do. Serving over 16 counties in Indiana, they have assisted over 280 clients in the last 6 months. So ladies, we're out there. We're creating businesses, which is wonderful, and we need coaching. And that is exactly what the WEOC provides. She's a wife, she's a mother, she's a dear friend of mine, and shares my strong passion for helping others. And that is why we are so happy she is here with us today. Please welcome to the stage, Leslie Hill.
So Jamie and I have known each other for a long time, so I'm glad she kept it very professional. I'm not always that good at doing that, so just bear with me today. Thank you so much for coming, and I know it's already been a couple hours that we've been together, and I'm really excited to see that everyone's still super engaged. I said super. I think Elizabeth might knife me when I get off the stage. As well as Jamie's husband. He's in the medical industry, and that's his biggest pet peeve. So sometimes I just say it just to bug him. Because that's how I am. Yes, so just as Jamie had said, with the WEOC, we provide one-on-one coaching. We don't really use couches in this, however, we could. There's a lot of emotional turmoil that goes on with building a business. So we provide one-on-one coaching, group training, and that's open to anyone in the community, and mastermind groups. And I'd like the people of WEOC to stand up real quick. That is Susie Haga, that is Tammy Allen, and Anne-Marie Labenberg. And we are a very good team, I must say. So if any of you ever need help brainstorming about a business, if you want help just going that next step, adding employees, buying a car, whatever it may be, we are here for you. So thank you, ladies. And then any clients who are out there that have come into the WEOC. Yep, stand up for just a second. Because it's really exciting to see how many people not just have utilized our services, but who have actually taken that step into making Northeast Indiana a special place for all of us. So thank you, ladies. If you're wondering why I have an entourage over here, we'll get to that in a moment. It's not just because no matter where I go, I take people with me. Oh, that would be kind of cool. I should get a van. But for right now, they're just going to sit here on the side. But I will be bringing them up one-on-one, and we're going to talk about what it means to really brand yourself and your company. And the reason why is because through the WEOC, when we're doing this one-on-one coaching or the group training, or even within our mastermind groups, we're focusing on who is your customer? What are their problems that we're going to solve? How are we going to make money off of this? And to be honest, women, we don't start businesses to make money, the majority of us. I would say 9 out of 10 women do not start a business thinking, I'm going to be rich. We're like, I'm going to help everyone. That is what we do. So all this rhetoric that's out there, it's all over the media about having a purpose-driven business, and you need to find your inner purpose, and that's what business is all about. I say, ladies, throw that crap away. We already did that. What we need to do is make money now. We need to focus on the fact that we are worthy to accept money for what we can do for other people. So that's what we really help you do. It's a lot of mind struggles that go on when you build a business, and at the WEOC, we really focus on a lot of that because we're women, so we got to get out of that. And the next phase, when we're talking about budgeting, you look at fixed costs, you look at your revenue streams, and then we also really hone in on your marketing. In order to market, you have to know who your customer is, like we just said. What are their problems? If you right now, if you think, if I were to sell a product or service, and usually, raise your hands if you've ever thought of starting a business, just had an idea. Okay, could you look around the room? Keep your hands up. Did you see how many people came into WEOC? There were like 5 out there. And all of you people have an idea, and you've never done anything about it. We're going to talk after this. So you have this idea. You probably, if you were to close your eyes and think of who's going to buy it, it's probably someone that looks very similar to you. Because you have a similar problem, I'm guessing, or you have this great skill that you think you could make money off of, and then won't ask for money for when you start your business. So crafting this brand is so essential. And if you talk to any marketer, they will tell you that the #1 aspect of branding is consistency. So today, I'm going to bring up some clients, and we're going to look at their brand of their company against their personal brand and where they are consistent. The reason we need to be consistent is because we need to create that know, like, and trust factor. So if you unpacked those 3 words, you would say the know. Well, this is a very hard thing for many of our clients. I have to put myself out there? I just thought I could make this thing and then they would come. Isn't that the thing that happens? They say build it and they will come. But if nobody knows that the building is there, they're never going to know to come. So we have to be willing to say, okay, world, this is me. This is me, and I am weird, and I am goofy, and I'm going to stand on this stage and put my arms up in front of 250 women. And then now you feel like you know me. You probably see me on the street. I'm so sorry if I don't know you, but you will feel as if you know me because I'm going to tell you my whole life story up here. Sorry to my husband and my family. You're going to know them. So building that know. Then you get into the like. This is a little more difficult for people. How many billions of people are in this world? How many thousands of people are in Indiana? How many people are even in your corporation or your organization? Not everyone is going to like you. And that is so hard to choose sometimes. We are so worried about what Dr. LaSalle was saying about judgment. It's true. We're all in here judging ourselves so much, but that's because there are times when we do judge others. And so we're afraid to put ourselves out there so that they know we're there because somebody might think that I'm not doing something the correct way, that I'm not worthy enough to have this business. But really, that goes right back into their own brain. They have a hang-up about something, not you. You do your thing. They'll follow along, and then by the time you're successful, they're like, oh, I knew her when she started that. You're like, oh. I don't think you were anywhere around at that point in time. So just forget about the like. And then the trust is exactly, you could just replace that with consistency. Because if you can't trust what's going to happen on the other end, you're never going to continue to go back for more. Even if it's a negative thing that you can consistently rely on. You know you're going to go into your boss's office and every time he's going to say, Leslie. Which honestly doesn't happen, but if it did, I could trust that every time. I can trust that when I was growing up, when we were sitting around the dinner table, somehow my dad's arms grew like 9 feet if we were hunched over our plate. Whoosh, you're like, sew your back straight. Okay. I probably knew that on Sunday mornings I probably shouldn't talk to my dad because he was a little hungover. I knew that. Every Sunday, that was consistent. There was no guessing. So be consistent in your message. We're going to bring up our first client and really start to look at consistency in her brand and her personal brand. So I'm going to bring up Jillian Lee. And Jillian's going to tell you a little bit about her business.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Jillian Lee. What I do, my business is called Uniquely Creations, where I customize and bling items. I create handmade, uniquely creations that demand you'll stand out from others. All items are uniquely custom creations that give you the confidence to be unique with choices of colors, themes, and certain words. So with building this business, I went to the WIOC not knowing anything about it. So I'm a case manager at Park Center, and I always use 211 for my clients. So I was like, well, let me call and use it. So I called and I got, so that's how I found out about the WIOC. So when I called, they gave me all these business, and I was like, whoever called first, that's who I'm gonna go with. So Leslie called me first, and we set up a meeting. I went in wanting to do nonprofit for domestic violence. That's what my mind was set on. Somehow I started doing bling. I don't know, it was just something that I always wanted, yeah. So it really changed over. But the reason for it is because I just love unique items that are just, made for you. And I will always go into Walmart or, just shop on Amazon for a cute cell phone case, and it was cute, but it just wasn't for me. So I started watching YouTube, and the first thing I made was a journal. And I was like, well, I'm gonna make this journal, and then I just posted it on Facebook. And this lady was like, I like it, I want one. I'm like, who, for me? So that just happened. Then afterwards, I'm like, okay, well, let's see what else I can do. So I started just making things and posting them, and here I am, Uniquely Creations.
Okay, come here. Yeah, see? Okay, so now I'm going to show you a picture of some of the things that she makes. They're so fun. So any client can call in and they can, or I don't know how to, just groups or Facebook. Or,
yeah, website, yeah.
So they order them and they say, I want something kind of similar to this, or I loved this, say I love those lips and I want it to really say this on there. So Jillian creates it and they pay her for this. Awesome. Don't go. Now, when we look at what her brand is online, because she's only selling online right now. So if you look at what her brand is online and what her personal brand is, do you see a correlation? Isn't it so exciting? Sometimes we do this not intentionally, and yet it just starts happening. So if we start unpacking Jillian's outfit, there are these bright, bold colors that look amazing and enhance her hair and her skin tone. And I love that the jacket that she has on is super lightweight and it gives her flexibility. So how many of us wear jackets to work every day? And sometimes you find your arm going like this. Raise your arm if you're sure. Yeah, see? So Jillian has no restrictions, and that really plays back into her business. She's saying, be comfortable being exactly you, embrace that. And so with all the colors, if you look on the color wheel, they are all in line together. So the brightness of her pants and the brightness of her tank top play together, right? There's not like the dark jean, which you could pair this with, but looks way better with her cool pants. And look how comfortable they are. Will you do a little turn?
Oh, God.
Now, before we got up on stage, we were joking about how many pieces I tell the audience to wear at any given time. And we all joke about this because you will hate me every morning from here on out. But you try to wear anywhere about 10 pieces of clothing or jewelry. Sometimes Jamie likes to wear 29. So maybe anywhere in between. Good. So if you look at Jillian's outfit, she's got some wood, which kind of takes the bright colors and grounds it a little bit with the beads that on her necklace. And then just some of these maroon colors in here catch the colors in her hair. So when you look at both brands, they really play off of each other. Where this would be really weird is if Jillian came up here in just sweatpants and normal shoes. Like even if you had cool joggers on and a cool pair of shoes, that would be one thing. But if she doesn't look emboldened and empowered, and even her personal appearance, all of a sudden it doesn't make sense between her and her company brand. So high five on your outfit. Thank you. You can grab another seat. Our next client is Burned-In Teacher with Amber Harper.
Hi. My name is Amber Harper, and I am founder and CEO of Burned-In Teacher Coaching and EdTech Consulting. Elizabeth? Yes. My tagline used to be, until about 2 hours ago, to eradicate educator martyrdom. And then about an hour and a half ago, I changed it to stop teacher suffering. Wait a minute. And then I decided to put some positive demand on it. And so now, you ready for this?
I think.
I activate teacher empowerment. I do that through several services, but most importantly, what I do is I help teachers to name their burnout. I help them to identify their stage of burnout, because there are different stages. And most importantly, I help them take action against it. So, raise your hand if you know a teacher. Keep your hand in the air if you know a teacher who is struggling. Notice, actually, some hands just went up. So right now, you are going to activate teacher empowerment. So get out your phones for me. Because if you truly know a teacher who is suffering, their phone number or their contact is probably in your phone. Before you leave here today, send them a text that says, go to burnedinteacher.com. Because when they do, they can take a free quiz to help them name their burnout. They can then sign up to receive a free teacher burnout cheat sheet that will help them to learn more about their burnout identity and then to identify that stage that they're in. And most importantly, it gives them specific strategies and action steps they can take for their specific type of burnout. So I would really encourage you to help me to activate that teacher empowerment by reaching out and starting the conversation, because if you can name it, you can tame it. And that's exactly what I'm out to do. So Elizabeth, thank you so much for helping me to put a positive spin on my mission, because I'm so, so excited to move forward with it. Thank you.
She has stepped into the square of goodness right here. 2 squares of goodness. Okay. So let's check out her brand. I would say some adjectives I might use with your online brand would be excited. Oh, we should just put Elizabeth on this. What am I talking about? But it could be excited, welcoming, empowering. Are you seeing a theme here at the WEAC Center? We really like to empower people. So when we look at Amber's personal brand and how we have dressed her today, and she's dressing, I want to point out, for her teachers today. If she were going to go in and present to the principals, which she does often, she would be dressing more professional. But today, she's going to be just a little elevated over the teachers that would be hiring her. Because what we want to do is present ourselves as just one step above our target market, so that they know it's attainable, but that we're still in a leadership role. So Amber has on a jacket that is pushed up to here. When you wear a jacket and you just go ahead and roll up the sleeves, if you're not in a super conservative, I said super again, in any conservative environment. Could we have just had her go last? So it's pushed up. You're gonna see the smallest part of your body is your wrist. We always think, oh, it's going to be our ankles or something. We're not drinking enough water, says Dr. LaSalle. We are not hydrated. Here is the thinnest part. Just show it off. Hello, people of Fort Wayne. We also see that with Amber, there's a line that comes straight down and starts to curve here. Now, check out what would happen if her jacket was a little shorter. So this is about where your waist is. And look at the difference. Just turn to the side just a little bit. So still fine, but we are actually bringing your eye down. Can this table see okay? Oh, shoot. Let's just go a little to the front. Okay. So the difference is there is a waistline here. However, okay, we're going to turn this way again. We are bringing your eye down past and to about her mid-hip, because Amber is graced with devotion to workout at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to say just has a
5
easy.
o'clock.
Okay.
Let's not get crazy.
But she has that. I don't have that. This is why I'm wearing what I'm wearing, because I can wear big, tall granny panties under here and no one can see them. We have color that is underneath this jacket so that it brings you toward her, that she's saying, hey, I am embracing everything, all your emotions for where you are. I want to suck you into me because I want to help you. So that's where, again, Jillian and Amber are wearing color. She's in jeans because it's casual. Her teachers are not going to feel comfortable if she comes in looking like an administrator. And then she's in booties because booties are in. So thank you very much for coming. Victim number 3 is the Gadget Girl. Please come on up. Now, how many of you know the Gadget Girl? She totally gets around. She is fantastic. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. I am Lee Roberson, the Gadget Girl, ingenious ideas to promote your brand. And so I have to walk the walk as well as talking the talk about branding. It's what I do on a daily basis. And I became the Gadget Girl when I was a buyer of promotional products and decorated apparel for a college. The audiences were varied and diverse. But what I found is if we found a lifestyle item that fit into their daily round, we communicated, they get me. We're like-minded. That is my mission. I make it real short and real sweet. That is really what I do for my clients, is finding a way to promote your brand by fitting into the lifestyle of your current and prospective clientele to communicate, she gets me.
Perfect.
And I'm wearing a sample
Yes.
of my work today.
That's right. And that's what we're going to talk about. So when we look at Lee's brand, it's my favorite because it embodies her. She's saying, I have all these things I can give you, and I am fun, and I'm amazing. Come hang out with me, and oh yeah, I'll get you some product.
I do want to say one thing, though. About
Yes, please do.
I should have mentioned this before. When I called my business The Gadget Girl, I received quite a bit of criticism. It wasn't serious, too kitschy, but it was me. And I want to encourage any of you who were contemplating building a brand, it's okay. In fact, I encourage you to find some people that don't like it. It's okay, because it makes it much more interesting. I could have called my business Roberson Promotions. Safe. Very boring. No one would, in fact, they would pronounce it wrong. It would be Roberson. So again, I wanted to bring that. It was a good point that was made about we want to be known, we want to be liked, but you can't be liked by everyone. If you want to be interesting, there has to be a little bit of something that rubs people the wrong way. So,
Yes. Good.
have to give my 50 cents worth.
And with thinking about that, thinking of embracing the differences, my favorite part about Lee's outfit are her shoes. And not necessarily because I'm a huge shoe girl, but because it pulls it all together. So how often do we find ourselves, oh yeah, can everyone see? They have little dangles on the side.
I'm so shy.
I know. All of us are like, woo, we get to be on stage. Woo. So again, we have Lee in color. And this color is fantastic for you. You are gonna look fantastic with these, not pastels, but these spring colors, these spring and summer, because they are going to embody more of your personality, but also your lighter skin tone and your light hair. If Lee were to have put on a cream colored dress, it doesn't show any of her personality. And personality is what she's bringing you. So that doesn't help you at all. So she's got some cool character in her shoes. She's pulling it all together. But then also the highlight of the outfit is her jacket that she's wearing, or this sweater. And the reason being is because when we get promotional goods, let's face it, the majority of business owners are men, and they think, we're gonna get them something so nice. We're gonna get them a polo with my name written all over it. And we get it and we're like, this does not fit in this. So now we have the shoulders are coming over the sides and the waist is too small so everyone can see all of our love that we have to give. No one's excited, and the boss doesn't understand because he just gave you a present. And you're like, well, you also gave me a present with your name on it. Thank you. But no. So you get to provide businesses with promotional apparel as well. So I don't know if you can tell up there or back there, but it's thin, not so thin that you're going to see every love and bump, but it's going to be warm enough where you're not freezing in the office. It's going to come down, again, anything that comes down in the front of you with these lines. So here even, it will elongate you. This is why we wear different layers, because we are creating a powerful look for you. That keeps you warm, because we all know offices are all too cold. And it just visually gives you power. So if something has a sleeve that's too long, you can, again, show the smallest part of your body. You can also roll it, look pretty cool that way, especially if it has a lining on the inside that's a little different. It'll make your outfit pop. And let's see, in the back, if you want to turn around.
And the dress too is adjustable.
Oh yes, please. Okay. Do you want to talk about that?
You can adjust the dress.
You can adjust for everyone who is of different sizes. And here.
Or different tasks if you're going to be bending over a lot
Yes.
of day.
And that's actually, I will share. When I worked at a company here in town, we had a coworker who we actually called, to her face, I mean, we were joking with her. She was called Half Cup, because anytime she would bend over, you would see half the cup of her bra, no matter what she was wearing. It was just her style, and we were all like, oh, good morning. And it was very playful, and she loved it. And I think at some point in time, she might have changed how she was dressing. But for the most part, it was just, she was young, she didn't know. Yeah. It was fun.
You don't think of it.
Right.
You wanted me to turn around.
But what we don't want to do, we don't want you to have a half cup. Just putting that out there. And this is covering, what happens is women want to cover up their rear. They think, oh, I'm thick through here, what am I going to do? Not always is that the best idea. But in this sweater actually does cover your rear. And it's a good proportion to her skirt and then down to her booties. So the moral of the story, yeah, yes, good call out. So the moral of the story is we don't have to get promotional apparel that looks manly. We can get things that fit our own body And this is specifically, and because we love Lee, why we asked Lee to come up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, our next victim is Uplinked, and it's all about sharing your personal story.
Yes, I'm Michelle White with Uplinked, and I help companies and organizations and individuals simplify LinkedIn. So I do training and workshops and writing, management, all kinds of different things, but the whole premise of Uplinked is to simplify. And so my LinkedIn presence is also centered around that too. I have 4 children and we homeschool, and I am also running a business. So simplifying is a big deal. And so that's the whole thing. So I help people simplify LinkedIn. And I called Leslie like a year ago, and it's been really great to work with the WEAC. And yeah.
And that's
And
Uplinked.
that's it. That's Uplinked.
Now, Michelle didn't know she was going to have a giant picture of herself up here.
Not a great still shot either.
I know. Sorry. I had to take it from your video.
Yeah, that's fine.
But what we wanted to do with Michelle is first, let's talk about her dress. So her dress is fantastic because you can see that it's on trend. All of these kind of beachy stripes have been on trend for the last couple years. And this is nice and lightweight, but it looks professional. So she's gonna feel comfortable when she's been used to maybe even just being in yoga pants and jeans with your kids all day. She can work however she wants to look at home, but then she's gonna come in and speak to the business owners or her contact to the business, and she's still gonna look professional yet completely comfortable. So we found a dress that has stripes here, which will just visually enhance a smaller area. And yet, then you have the vertical lines that fall downward, and so that is going to, again, elongate her body. It has pockets. We were both really excited that we got to wear dresses with pockets today. The reason we chose nude shoes was because we want you to focus on the top of her, the dress. On me, and this is specifically why we are up here together, I wore bright red shoes. This is an outfit that I typically wouldn't wear. Normally I'd be in the nude shoes and I'd have gold jewelry on, but every now and then it's just really fun to change it up. And so these are different ways that you can start playing with your outfits. Using accessories can completely change the look of a garment. This is very trendy right now too, this tie neck and then the fit and flare. And so we have both fit and flares on, but notice the length of our skirts. So we get caught up in transitioning from a young adult into a mature adult. And we forget that although we feel like something tight and shorter is gonna be more comfortable for us, it doesn't make us look old and dowdy, it's gonna make you look out of sorts. And people are gonna notice you for the wrong reasons. So having a hemline that falls maybe 2 inches above and no more of your knee is really important for the work environment. So thank you very much. And last but certainly not least is Jamie of Greater Fort Wayne. And you've all heard from her, and we had a fantastic intro to her. That was beautiful. And why I wanted to bring Jamie up here and focus on her outfit is because, again, and all the ladies will come up here in a moment, but we want everyone to look different. We don't want a sea of Leslie sitting out in the crowd because that is no fun. It doesn't inspire creativity. It doesn't make us healthy. This is bad. We don't need to keep looking on social media and seeing all these people who have these virtually amazing lives, and yet we feel like we can't attain them. We want everyone to be different. So as I stand up here looking trendy because I'm going to be talking about fashion, Jamie in her daily life is going to be more conservative because she's working with business owners. So you can tell, like we just said a moment ago, the length of her skirt is a little bit shorter. Now, yes, for her body type, a little bit longer. For her body type, she could go shorter. But in her career field, it's really important for her to show up as the professional that will be credible in her industry. I love her jacket and her dress in this because, again, it emphasizes her, it elongates her, and we all know she needs a little help in the height area. I mean, yeah. So, we're just gonna elongate her. But it also really helps to shrink her waist without her having to wear a belt. So it's bringing your eye in, and then the way that this is not completely fitted, this allows you some contour and some shading where you can see, just like on Jillian, how under her jacket it was contoured underneath, and it's not a big baggy overhaul. What we tend to do is think that we're gonna hide, so we're gonna just throw something on that's big, but then we just look like a big trash bin. So we are wanting to give a little bit of concept here. So even where the stripe is at this princess seam is really important. And then the pocket right here is, again, emphasizing her waistline. So I'd like to invite all the models up on stage. And I want to encourage you on behalf of First Fridays on Greater Fort Wayne, from the WEOC, from everyone that is involved, be yourself. The only way you're going to be healthy, like Dr. LaSalle said, is to embrace who you are, understand where you're coming from, and see a clear path on where you're going. Thank you so much, ladies, for trusting in the WEOC and for being here with all of us. And thank you all, and I hope and I know you will have a glorious day. Okay.